Let's get into the mode.
Let's get into the mode.
Fresh
All right.
off
The J mode.
The J mode. Fresh off of a major win. My goodness gracious. You hit the button. What?
He hit the button.
You hit the button. What is up with it? Welcome to the Reads.
Post-Genesis.
Yeah, Post-Genesis. Featuring J Mook.
We were going to get you here anyway, right? It wasn't
Yes.
like, oh,
I know, I talked to you at the Lud invitation.
you have to be the Genesis champ to be on the show. But it just so turns out that
Having to work out.
Having
It's an
to work
honor.
out.
Such an honor.
So happy to
it's
have
an
you
honor
here.
for us.
It absolutely
From
is.
from 13 years old to now,
Oh my god.
you guys have been my content kings.
Are you
Since
you started
since a wee
watching
lad.
at 13 years old.
At 13 years old, yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Watching Scar and Toph in the back of the classroom, you know, just another day at the high school.
Really in the back of the classroom.
Just another day at the high
I
school.
remember. By the way, do you want to play? Would you do the honors of being the first one to play?
I would be
Versus an
I would be
opponent
flattered.
with the I remember one time being in college in the back of the classroom with a laptop playing Fable.
Yeah, yeah,
Fable was a sick. It ran really nice on old laptops.
yeah. Yeah,
I would love to, not only Toph and I, but the viewers. We all want to benefit from your knowledge, so you can share with us. I would love for you to watch my play. Give any
course.
specific pointers. You can think of it like coaching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's the climb been as of late? So we're at platinum right now? Plat
3.
Plat
which is
3.
the highest platinum.
Okay.
We've been doing nothing but winning. Kind of like you at Genesis. You
Yeah.
did not lose-
Yeah.
you didn't lose a set.
We're kind of the J-Mook of
The J-Mook of the
the
Reeds.
internet. The J-Mook
Yeah.
of the internet.
I'm not super sure about that. But
I'm not super sure about that either, but there's some kind of analogy going on here. Sometimes in the morning, people they're not going to grind as hard, but Amsa was so proud of our opponents. We recorded a segment with Amsa right before this, and he was so proud. Oh, these people are grinding in the AM. We love
Yeah.
to see that.
Plup, for instance, Plup is a morning grinder. You can match with him at 9 a.m. and he's playing, out of his mind, which is a great habit to build into. Wake up at the consistent time and be able to be ready to play at 10 or 11 a.m. with full focus. I already know how to prepare because I'm doing that back home on stream.
I'm thinking about focus. Because that focus and energy management, you had an interview with Ipengu right after your win. You
love
talked
that
about
interview.
okay, so if I'm playing and I get tilted, if somebody some Falco up tilts me, and I'm
Yeah.
then my body's burning off that energy, and you kind of need that energy to play well.
Yeah, and some people thrive off that. Like some people need the motivation. Some people want to hype themselves up. Other people prefer to not interact with those thoughts.
Right.
And to kind of view them as traffic and to be on the side of the road.
But what do you do when you stream? Is my question. I understand that if you're in tournament, you're trying to be on the side of the road.
Yes,
Would that be
yes,
correct? But what
yes.
about if you're on stream?
On stream, it's a matter
What if you're on the
of
reads?
if I'm on the reads, that's a
Hypothetically
different thing. I mean, you guys are my Twitch chat. I mean, fill me in.
I would love to be your Twitch chat.
I guess we kind of are Twitch chat right now, huh?
Yeah.
That
All
is
right, well,
very...
Chompy, our first match. Welcome.
Chompy.
Yeah, welcome. Welcome to the reads.
Welcome to the program, Chompy.
Welcome. I was talking about having before we play, we say thank you to our opponent. Thank you.
Thank you for existing.
Thanks for the games. Thanks for putting your positive energy into the melee flame.
For sure.
right.
That's the most beautiful part about competition is that by them bringing out their best, they also bring out the best in you.
That's right.
And therefore, you mutually gain a better understanding of yourself
And the game.
and the game. This is why I love Melee, because for the longest time, I mean, I've used this game as a reflection of myself for, forever. And that's it's really weird that because I wanted to get better as Shiek, I started taking better care of myself, and it kind of spiraled from there.
You say a reflection. Well, what does that mean? How could Melee, a digital video game, be a reflection of yourself?
Because every action, everything you do has some sort of ideology to it and some sort of understanding of consequences or lack of consequences. Meaning that
You're saying everything you do in game.
you could break down
your philosophy, your subconscious thoughts. It shows you something, perhaps, about who you are deep down that you may not have known.
and you could dissect that even if it's not it's not apparent. It's still something that you could investigate in yourself.
Why would I want to investigate anything in myself, J-Move? Why wouldn't I want to just keep it all in the shadows?
Don't you want to be 1-to-1, have perfect alignment between yourself and
That's
what
a
you're
really
doing?
good question. Maybe I would, maybe I wouldn't. What's so good about it?
Well, it's not a matter if you choose to or if you know, if you don't want to. It's totally fine. I totally believe in this game. Like you don't have to strive to be the best player in the world to enjoy this game. You know, people enjoy the game for multiple reasons.
That's actually so true.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people.
I've been wondering about that. Like, what do I want? Because I don't think I want to be the best player in the world. I want to. I've got other goals.
What kind of goals?
Well, first of all, to have beautiful people such as yourself come to the reads and to create content like this where we're hanging out, we're talking about life, and we are participating in and playing a game that can serve as this reflection. Because sometimes we need a little bit of a mirror to help us understand ourselves better.
A little bit of mirror. I mean, it's no different than art, than music, where it's like through by expressing yourself, you're able to see a different slice of you that otherwise would not be present if you're just in a box by yourself.
I didn't say it, but I agree.
I know that you agree, and you know this too.
You know that
Both of you know this.
But isn't it crazy that because Toph and I, myself, I've been playing this game for a long time. Back when people thought video games were destructive and so dumb.
Yeah.
You're wasting your entire life. And now I'm sitting next to an accomplished gamer, and I'm hearing that taking a game seriously can, in a sense, be like an art form or like poetry or something like another medium of self-expression. It's just so much different than how people used to talk about video games.
Yeah. It's the old like video games cause violence, which is very like it's a fair assessment, but it's more so that people who are have a violent disposition are more attracted to games that have those kind of violent behaviors. You know.
It's just another conduit.
Yeah.
It's just what you make it.
What do you think about Chompy? Do you think
Chompy, hey, I like what Chompy's bringing to the table. I love that Chompy's kind of engaging with us on this beautiful morning.
so too. I think Chompy is reflecting on their choices.
You know what? I hope they're having a lovely day. You know, they're waking up. It's a Monday morning. Maybe they're doing some virtual work. They're on their lunch break, and they're like, you know what? Let me queue up some ranked and trying to get on the climb.
Get on the climb. Some virtual work. Something I'm observing about J-Mook's play, just to comment on it, is that I can't reaction tech chase if I'm talking, and J-Mook can, which is very impressive. I find it incredibly difficult if I'm not.
It's hard.
1,000% clued in.
You need to be dialed in.
Yeah, you need to be so dialed in. But J-Mook, we hit it with the Tafkins. First J-Mook Tafkins on the reads.
Oh! We know they talk about the stages of competency. Too. You know about the stages of competency?
I do. But let's
Confidence versus competence.
Well, that's probably a different thing, but
Could be a different thing, yeah.
when you're trying to learn something new, it can be argued that there's some stages that you have to go through, and you start out unconsciously being not competent at this particular skill.
Go ahead. Yep.
And then you become aware, you become what's the word? I can't even.
GG's Chompy.
Too many opponences. Thank you.
GG's.
Thank
Our
you,
first
Chompy.
opponent, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chompy. Hope you have a great rest of your day.
And for being a part of a mirror for ourselves to improve.
I agree. Full-heartedly.
Yeah, now you have to hold B.
Hold B.
Bobby, I'm inspired.
You want to play?
It's truly
play-
it's truly an honor. It's a very surreal
Well,
experience to
let me
be
just
playing.
make sure that I'm not shielded out of my mind. Sometimes I'm shielded out of my mind.
Do you have a favorite guest that you've ever had? Have you watched any of the reads? You know, most of our guests have never watched the reads.
Interesting. I would
I
find
think it's a shame. I think that actually we should require top players to sit and watch multiple episodes.
to have a sit down.
If it
Have a
would
little
be
sit
on
down.
this-
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
But we've got a true fan of the game, and
that's right.
J-Mook here.
That's right.
J-Mook, I am so delighted. I think in the public lens. Oh, this dude! I always get the tough. You know who this is?
Stebone sounds familiar.
This is Blue's Clues. Okay.
Blue's Clues.
I have played Blue's Clues with my Shiek, and we actually went kind of even. But I would
there's
say
history.
it was just on unranked.
Okay.
But so Blue's Clues had a famous net play set where Blue's Clues did 3-0 Hungry Bucks.
Oh my.
So this is like a high level opponent, and I was inspired by the play that I just witnessed from J-Mook. So I did lock Shiek. I should strike. I'm gonna strike. I don't know. I might need a J-Book bailout, depending on how this first game goes.
I fully trust
Do
you
you know
on
about
this.
Do you know about the bailouts on the reads and the classic switcheroos?
Yeah, so was it like a lifeline? You have how many mulligans?
Maybe
essentially?
one. Maybe I don't know. What do you think? How many mulligans should we get?
I think we can play it by ear.
Can you walk me through this
Well,
matchup, J-Mook? I don't really like
That's a
it.
good question.
Yeah, it's tough because obviously this is a tough matchup for Peach.
I'm
and
sure.
Sheik
Yeah,
is a-
I'm sure it's tough for both. Like Peach players, I know Peach players don't like it, but
I think the biggest part is that Peach will only be able to win if you give her enough time to set up space and not take advantage of the fact that you are the faster character.
set up space.
For being her fate. You're a pretty aggressive player, J-Mook.
Yeah, which is funny because Sheik is notoriously considered to not be that.
Right.
You know, I think in tournament in general, Sheik thrives off of like most of her game plan revolves around strong defense and just strong offense. Meaning like nair out of shield, tech chasing, CC, all like reversals. A lot of her biggest openings come from being more reactive, like playing reactively in neutral and having proper responses.
I want to play it more like that. I want to be more aggressive.
And
Be
truth
able to
is
pick my
like
spots.
yeah, and any character in Melee can adopt that.
I like that you rolled.
It's a good roll.
So you're saying like don't be too aggressive, or
Same being
like I'm the faster character, so use that to.
not let her pull turnips. What
I
being
see.
Set up? Is that what that means?
So being reactive, like for instance, like Peach like floating in the air, you can react to that by just jumping up and just reacting to jumps with your jump is super huge. Like even there, like that was a needle, could have been a fair. You could have like swatted her out of the air. And
Right. Okay. That is
was good.
okay. That's so tempting to go for, and it's usually a bad idea, right?
Yeah.
That was like the candy was on the table, and I like I know that I'm on a diet, and I probably
But you reach for it. You reach for it before you even notice. That's how those peaches get me too. I'm always reaching for the candy jar.
I used to be roommates with Kalamazoo, and Kalamazoo was
Yes.
like, dude, you don't understand how good this match was for Sheik, because forward tilt, you can't do anything about forward tilt as Peach. And I was like, okay, like, forward tilt. I mean, I get that it's good sometimes, but I wonder what situation he means specifically. It's so good for
Did you ever
Sheik's
just try to
forward
spam forward tilt against him and say, hey,
Right, and he would punish it, and he's like, no, you're not doing it right. I'm like, how do I do it right? He's like, no, you're just not doing it right.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, man.
I think the problem with Peach is that like she has to be very prepared for punishing things like F tilt or any in place option because she's pretty slow, and even that like right there probably was reading something out of shield.
I got kind of trapped in my movement a little bit. Get off the ledge, please. Dang, I wish you would do the down smash and let me do the thing.
So sass when we get
I
that.
know.
Nice.
Oh, I didn't miss that.
you're mooking.
I was hoping that I just didn't know how that would play out.
Yeah.
Look at that recovery.
Get me out of here. Oh!
I like that you're willing to just toss needles here and there. In most situations, like even there. I think.
I actually did those needles because you said I like that you're willing to toss needles.
Yeah.
So that was a little bit of mid-game coaching. I like that. Please do more of that.
Even aerial needles.
Okay. Even
So I feel
more.
like Sheik in general is like a Schrodinger's cat kind of character where it's much better to threaten the possibility than just constantly throwing out answers after answers.
Oh, that actually worked out really well for me.
Like that, I love those needles. Nice.
What did you just say about possibilities instead of answers?
So meaning, like yeah, tossing needles, charging needles is good, but charging them and threatening that they have to respect that, and therefore you can punish their punishing responses. So by the fact that they're trying to respect your needles, you charge them, they shield, or they try and move out of the way. Like that's a big part of this matchup is like you start charging needles, Peach shields, or she chooses to jump or float in the air. So you charge needles, cancel, and then you just swat her out of the air.
I think a whole other skill set is learning how to play with needles. Like if I don't have any projectiles and I play Captain Falcon for 27 years,
Oh, that shield poke
Yeah.
me.
I need to learn a whole new thing.
I mean, this could be the
okay,
time.
okay.
This could be your little Sheik character arc.
I mean, it might be.
Should I have gone for opposite attack? Oh my god, that was really scary.
That was good weeps.
Sorry?
It was good weeps.
Weeps?
We barely got something, we go weeps.
I see. Dude, I'm getting edge guarded. Can you please get off? Ah!
You're still living.
I am.
Zelda time.
No! Okay. Ah, shit. How are we feeling? I feel like I played well, but I still lost.
I want to see you play again.
Okay.
Do you want to see it?
Walk me through the counter pick process. Honestly, man, I've played Blue's Clues as Fox and as Shiek. My Shiek does better.
Your Fox gets washed.
He's got a really good punish game, and if I'm not like really warmed up,
I'm not.
The way that game 1 went, like.
What stage do you think? Just because we're on the clock.
Yeah, we got 10 seconds.
Yeah.
FE?
I would go back to Battlefield. I would try
Keep
again.
the pace.
Yeah.
Try again. Okay, try again. You gonna bail me out? We got the same trigger setting. We could get a.
I know. Like
we get a classic bailout.
I love a good old fashioned bailout.
I didn't go for many grabs that first game. Should I be doing that more?
Yeah, you'll notice that there's a lot of like shielding like close quarters because Peach honestly doesn't have a ton of like she has a triangle where you cannot interact with her in a certain like bubble. But aside from that, she struggles in those mid range or like just outside of her triangle.
What's her triangle?
I know the triangle with the short hop.
Yeah.
So you don't really need to go for grabs that much in this matchup.
Only when they're conditioned to shield everything else.
I see. Okay. Yeah. So the way I played it overall, like the overall game plan, game 1 was fine.
Yeah.
Because I'm doing a lot of short hop.
Nice. I like that. Good nair. Nice. I like that you're calling out the jumps with jumps. So much better. Nice. Good weight.
Would you bear there or?
Yeah, Bear's fine. Bear obviously better angle-wise, but Bear covers more space. It's more of a consistent setup.
Oh, I missed my dash. Or maybe I couldn't have dashed. I'm not sure. Wow, he dodged the jab. He like floated right above it. I was pretty sure it was going to hit.
Wow.
Sniped.
I didn't have a jump somehow.
That wasn't weeps, right?
That was not weeps. That was an absence
Oh,
of weeps.
come on.
Well, that was definitely.
I was like 1 frame from.
That's got to be a weep.
That's a weep. I'm weeping. I'm weeping in my heart. What does it stand for again?
Yeah, we probably so.
Weep is when you barely dodge something.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
I knew it.
Dang.
All right, you got this.
Yeah.
Weeping also means crying, sadly.
Blue's Clues does a lot of hit my shield, and I'm expecting to like jab, and he dashes through. So he's like scouting for.
Nice.
I guess he just forwarded. Ah, can you up air?
I'm not sure if that would.
He
kill
weeped that.
percent.
He weeped that.
Weeped.
Nice.
Dang it. That umbrella. Get out. Oh, I couldn't fair it? Okay, he's dead. I tried to shield drop forward to that. So this is competitive. This is good. God, his offense there. I have not been playing the situations where he has spawn invincibility very well.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, she has to make.
The needle or the what's that? Vegetable.
Peach needle.
Peach needle.
Some Veggie Tales.
There's some Veggie Tales. Stop it, dude. Okay, I got the down smash hit, which I'm happy for. I need to roll.
Nice.
That was a little bit antsy, maybe. He's gonna go to the ledge.
Nice.
Nice.
Give me that. I was really hoping I'd get the classic Atriot Shino style shield poke. Okay.
You're going all the way, Toph. Let's do this. Yes.
Nice.
Yes, that's the shield that we want.
He's so
Just
good at that.
barely.
He weeped it. He just keeps weeping.
Yeah.
You got weeped.
I'm always impressed by any
Any
down tilt from Peach.
I didn't mean to do that, but it kind
Kanatori.
of worked.
Kanatori.
Go to Tori, that's right. Keep the. We used to call Peach the queen of trades. I'm getting traded. I wish you would roll there. Just roll, dude. Oh. Fuck. Oh, that was good.
Nice.
Ah, fucking Blue's Clues. He's a good player. I can't be too upset.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Some adjustments.
Yeah, some
game.
adjustments. I'm happy with that.
That's what matters.
I don't know. Hey, I got a strong opponent, and I think I was able to show some of my stuff, but Blue's Clues definitely showed plenty of his stuff as well. Well played.
I can't
Well
grave.
played.
How come I can't grave it?
I don't know. Really?
Maybe you have to.
All right,
maybe it's
we'll just
exit
go
out.
in. We'll just go in. Yeah, maybe.
I'm not even tapped.
Oh, you're not tapped in. That's probably why. Now, what if you grave?
Oh.
Oh,
Wait just a minute.
we just weren't tapped in.
Nice.
It's you. So now
Genius.
we can do
Genius.
You know what? I'm proud of myself for sticking it out to the bitter end. We could have coerced our guest
We
Jamie
could
probably.
have, and
to
I was just thinking
taking
about
the moral.
the morality of that, the sanctity of the ladder. You know, are we degrading
What do you mean?
the
Oh,
ladder?
by with the bailouts? Well, we don't do it very often.
Oh, Peach, another one. I don't like it, James. I don't like them.
We
That's all
can.
good.
You know, and everybody's told me, oh, yeah, good Falcon's so good versus Peach. For my whole career.
This is kind of the Peach thing. I notice Peach players sometimes some of them, Kalamazoo, will say such and such versus Peach is so free in a very like a not very well thought out way. Like, oh, you just forward tilt with Shiek, Peach can't do anything. And I'm like,
Yeah.
well, what do you mean by that? Like, what do you
Yeah.
specifically, you know? And I'm kind of like, well, I don't see it.
Yeah, I think that's because Peach players are very aware of her flaws as a character,
I see.
and that a lot of their advice revolves like, oh, just do this, or like any advice that involves just is not really doing you any favors for the most part. They're, lacking nuance in that regard. But I
Melee's
think
not a just kind of game.
yeah,
Right? It's too complicated.
What was Alonso
Love
saying
that
about
one.
wave dash back forward smash? Was it the just impact?
Oh, the just
Counter-
impact.
it's counter
counter
impact.
impact. When you wave
Yeah.
dash back forward smash.
Oh,
In Japan,
counter
they-
impact.
That's counter impact. In Japan, they call that counter impact.
Oh my goodness! I took actually 70 damage there. I didn't even think that was possible.
nice.
You play much Falcon, J-Mook?
I play a little bit of Falcon. I'll be if you want me to expand my horizons with different characters, by all means.
I would be very interested in seeing the J-Mook Falcon maybe at some point in, some of these episodes that we're recording. And I hope some of the people at home are excited by that prospect.
I thought there was gonna be a spot.
Bobby, I love since your recent switch to box, your
Ah,
up air awareness. I can tell that you're falling in love with the move.
I really am.
Yeah.
That's such a good way to put it. Oh, I'm jumping out.
And I'm sure that's simply because it must be much easier on the box.
to get the juiciest rising up.
Yeah.
I've seen him hit some uppers where I'm just like, oh, 10 out of 10. Not even some up airs. I'd say your overall up air rate of me being impressed is just quite high these days.
And I'm like practicing sharking. Everybody's telling me, my coaches are saying, well, Falcon's pretty good at it.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
I was talking about like Shiek about covering jumps with jumps. Like,
Covering jumps with jumps.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that was great.
That was an accidental
Nice.
taunt, you think? That Peach taunted, and then I went down to punish, but then I knew I was late, so I let them roll. Okay.
That
I
is-
like
tried
the
to reverse. I
decision.
tried to reverse.
Nice, good drift.
Yeah, really. Oh, you're just baiting and
Oh, even the safety there, like not even trying to punish the up B, but more in a threatening spot. Put them in a threatening spot.
put them in threatening spot. You're living.gov.
Okay, not that time.
Hey, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
I think I may have let go.
Who's keeping score?
Okay. Get kicked. I'm gonna do the counter impact again.
Okay, do it. Okay, run up. Okay, do it. Ooh.
Spicy.
Maybe there's a down smash version of the counter.
Okay, that
impact.
was.
Oh my gosh, she almost
that was
died. She
given- That was
died.
given to me. She died from that one.
Convincing?
Convincing.
Yeah.
This, I mean, you were not happy when you saw the Peach character, but
No.
after that game one, I'm feeling like we're smooth sailing. We're coasting. FD's
I
kind
think we're back
of,
into
FD's annoying. There's
Should
no.
go Scarf.
Ooh, you're,
That
hey,
might
if
be
you're
a
feeling
throw.
it.
That
Yeah.
might be a throw.
No.
No.
You got a game
Actually,
to play with.
I have not really played on box with any other characters.
What's been the weirdest character to play on box
Let's try it for
as
the
a
reads.
secondary?
Oh, well, you're not much of a. You don't use the modifier buttons very often.
That's a problem.
I
yeah.
assume that if he plays a character that requires angles, it'll be weird because I don't think he's that used to them.
What's that like? It's like the equivalent like
Expenses.
driving manual, stick shift,
Have you played much box, J-Mook? Have you tried? Have you tried it?
I've tried and it does not look pretty. I actually am impressed by people who are able to get to be somewhat sophisticated with the game in a matter of months.
Off the bat, like I messed with it for like a week. Off the bat, man, recoveries are weird.
Yeah. I mean, drifting on its own because if like Melee to me is
Drifting is
such an
so-
analog game.
Drifting is like a big problem. Okay, that doesn't work. That works at some percentage, right?
Yeah, on and some
Like
DI.
throw tipper or something.
I think it's generally weirder. I think generally it's less guaranteed on Peach than say Puff because Puff you can act a lot sooner out of the throw. I think Peach sometimes if she DIs away you actually don't really get anything.
Yeah, maybe at low percent where you get the dash attack.
Yeah, that was juicy. Oh, I like the idea. There you go. I mean, it's it's not a tipper, but like you'll take that.
She's not dead. Why did I do this to
It's okay.
us?
No. She can't get down. I think in this matchup sometimes you have to be happy with just having complete control over the situation, and she's like struggling to get down at 150.
Okay.
You know?
That's fighting Flowies in a nutshell. Like appreciating like accepting or appreciating the small victories, and even if that's like the small victory is just maintaining a good position.
There was a Drug Fox lesson I watched. It wasn't me. It was like Drug Fox and like Null.
Yeah.
And I watched the lesson, and this was a big component in that lesson. Was Drug Fox basically saying like, yeah, you feel like you're not getting the same level of reward as this Peach, but if you think about it in terms of small victories, it really changes how you can perceive the reward that you're getting in this matchup. And a lot of the time, from the Peach's end, it can feel pretty depressing. She's like, man, I can't get in, I can't land, whatever. I just have to float gently back down and get juggled again. So you got to think about it from that perspective. I love that phrasing.
That's why I always enjoy fighting, that's why I love playing other characters, get the full perspective of playing that character under pressure. Because then you realize like, when you play Peach and you're just floating in the air and Marth's just sharking. Wow.
They let
Beautiful.
me forward smash them, J-Mook.
Yeah.
I like when I'm allowed to fight, I like when I just kind of try to forward smash and it works. It's a very nice feeling.
Okay.
I knew it was happening.
So I would say that's to me a sign of frustration.
The double?
And the triple, sometimes multiple down smash. Marth, I think, is a character that's very well equipped to deal with it. Yeah, that's the kind of thing that... Oh, you were dancing and prancing.
Let me see if I can forward tilt.
Oh. All right, counter
I
impact. Okay.
cannot... Oh, I did not. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, you got to be
And
patient.
no one else
recovering
can
with
play on the
Marth.
box, so...
Well, we can grave it, and then
we
he
could
can use
grave
my
it.
controller for the third game. Even for this game. We could tag J Marth in. Do you ever feel any pressure to lead? For me, who am I competing with? Like Taupe, maybe? Right, and he's mostly retired. Do you ever feel any pressure, like, you're the best Shiek?
That's Shiek.
Oh, but there's so many, at any given moment, it's like, man, there's so many great Shieks. Do you ever feel like any pressure that you're leading that ranking, but that at any given moment, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, it's funny because I think it's just a sheer
far in.
coincidence. I think there's the J Sheiks and then there's the S Foxes, like S Fop, S Fat,
SFAP,
and there's gotta be another one.
Gotta be another one. S Royal
S Royal, yeah.
plays
Shouts-
Fox.
Yeah.
I found out this weekend there's a player called Jay Blaze, and I was like, do they play Sheik? And turned out yes. And this is like an old school player. This isn't even a new phenomenon. It was also a coincidence. Jay Blaze, you're living. Dodge the turnip. Oh, Soldier's gonna chop. That was a tip. Oh, I
like the confidence.
love the confidence. I love the confidence. We're positive about that interaction. I'd say that was a message. That was a message to Soda Jerk. You better come correct.
I was quite confident. Do you want to grave?
J-Book, how are you feeling?
Do you want to show your Sheik against a different Peach?
Oh, me? Yeah, sure.
Yes,
Yeah. I think I'm feeling good about that. And
Let's grave you in.
if this starts looking
Let's grave you in.
dicey,
Dicey is
I'm
my
tagging J-Mook in.
That's my go-to word for these.
Dicey is a good word. Dicey means you're rolling. Does it mean you're getting diced up? Like, do you imagine getting diced up and it's like, oh, we're getting diced up? Or do you imagine like we're rolling the dice but rolling low numbers?
Neither.
Neither.
Ain't that the truth? Oh, I got neutral sheet. That's fine.
You really need to pay attention to detail to get the right color on the redo menu.
Yeah, I've noticed that. My cord is... hang on. Okay, now we're good.
We played Soda Jerk right after Blue's Clues.
I should have... I knew I didn't have a jump. I knew I didn't have a jump. That was my fault. I know.
Actually, that's your superpower.
I know.
But it's gone, I heard. I think maybe how
There
old
was
are you
like
now?
one moment, yeah.
You may have hit like 30, 34 years old, and all of a sudden your eyes just went back.
That happened. Oh, what a mech! I wanted to do 2 pummels, and then I was gonna buffer down throw. That was the plan. Oh shit. Okay, thank you for not like just ripping it and gripping it.
I like the routes you're taking. This peach in particular is not covering your. I mean, most peaches, especially when Shiek is in the corner, is very tempting to escape via platform when you're not comfortable in like moving through peach.
Right. So tell me about that. What am I doing that's good?
Is that you're using
what should I keep doing and what should I not do?
Yeah, so I noticed that like when you're in the corner like there, like you're taking advantage of the platform or using that as a resource. And once Peach starts recognizing that you're going to the platform, she'll start moving upwards to try and like cover that space, and that's when you can move underneath or punish her for trying to
that was weird.
to stuff that space.
Okay, yeah. Oh wow, that just won. I shouldn't have, man. You know, and the funny thing was, I wouldn't have gone for that recovery against like a Blue's Clues, because I like kind of assumed maybe this Peach. That was just bad, because I was like, maybe this Peach won't get there in time. You know, I like. But you gotta assume the best in your opponents, and I'm not doing that right now.
Yeah, and it's always frustrating.
That was a J-Move
when
combo.
you assume. I like that weak nair. Nice.
Okay, let's tighten up. Looking for like a grab.
Oh,
Nice.
oh, there it is.
A lot more grabs this game. I like that. See how she tried to cover your flat movement just by.
Oh wow, umbrella there, huh?
Nice, good shield.
J-Move, do you try to say that you like something even when you don't like one thing? Try to look for what you do like.
I think appreciating, yeah, but like we were talking
What do you
about
not
earlier.
like? What did you
Forward
not
or
like
upper there?
about-
Forward or
about-
upper there? Not that it matters.
Things that I don't like in regards.
about my play. Tell me something you didn't like. I want to hear it phrased. I don't like. You could say I don't like that you ran off an SD for no reason.
That you know what, that could be it, but the problem was not it
But
wasn't.
you did like the confidence. Yeah.
Yeah, I made the decision was something, but the confidence itself was made up for it. So I got nothing, man.
The decision on one hand it was garbage.
No jump.
Good jump.
I
Nice.
regained in
How
the
did you know?
clutchest of moments. I regained my quirk. It came back to me when I needed it the most.
I thought there was a jump.
No, there was no jump. I saw the ring.
So what does that mean about our skill level? Has it increased, or are we still platinum 3?
We won 2,
You think our ratings
Could
points
be-
went up?
and we lost to Blue's Clues. But Blue's Clues should be pretty high ranked. I feel
They're-
like Blue's
they're more
Clues'
present
rank
on
is
ranks.
probably pretty high.
Yeah.
So
1934 rate. Are we gonna get to 2? We want to get to 2K. That's another thing.
we're trying to get 2K,
Trying to get
NBA.
2K.
What is that? I am level.
I am level.
Yeah.
Probably like Mon, NM.
Yeah.
Tove help.
J-Muxa chess aficionado. 1946.
We
Still
did-
plat 3.
Okay.
That's like a
most played character.
we're entering into the ratings that sound like years. You know what I'm saying? 1946, World War II's over. You thought that was so funny for some reason.
I did. Thank you so much for watching this episode of The Reads featuring J-Move. We've got plenty more to do here. Diamond before the end of this session, right?
Easily.
Time for sure.
If not even rarer gemstones.
Yeah.
You know.
At the very least, let's try and get to this year on the ratings.
At the very least.
Oh, yeah.
It's
let's
20.
at least.
Thank you to all the
2023.
patrons, and we will see you very soon. Peace.
Nice.
Can you hit the button?
Yeah.
I can't hit the button. Hello, editors.
Was that the first batch or the
I'm
second
gonna leave
batch?
this in. Is this gonna be in on the YouTubes, or do you think we'll cut it?